Time inside the broken body. There is a kind of time that does not tick. It does not pass. It stretches. It waits, but not kindly. It mocks you, but not overtly. It just is, thick, slow, and disobedient to every clock you've ever owned. This is the time known only inside the broken body. No one teaches you about it. It's not mentioned in school. You don't read about it in the newspaper. But one day you fall, or rupture, or are told by a doctor that something inside you has gone wrong, and from that moment on you are conscripted into a different calendar, one made not of days or months but of pulses, spasms, hours spent flat, minutes spent reaching for something just out of grasp, weeks measured by prescription refills. This is not the time of goals. This is the time of getting through. 1. The shattering of linear time. Let's start with what is perhaps the most difficult realization. The body, once broken, does not heal on schedule. It doesn't read the pamphlet. It doesn't care that the surgeon said 6 to 8 weeks. It heals in fits and regressions. It heals like memory, reluctantly, unpredictably, and never completely. The able-bodied live in forward time, where things get better, things progress, you move from point A to B. But the broken body lives in spiral time. You loop back. You wake up one morning pain-free, only to be laid out the next. You think you've climbed the hill, and then find yourself at the bottom again. You start counting differently. The hours between medication, the seconds you can hold your posture, the 3 minutes you can stand before sitting again, the 10 steps it takes to get from the couch to the sink. This is time redefined. Not by movement, but by limit. In this new time, success isn't productivity. It's stillness without suffering. It's sleep that lasts longer than 90 minutes. It's one deep breath without searing pain. These are victories in the new time. These are miracles. But you learn them slowly, and often alone. 2. The clock of isolation. When the body breaks, you fall out of rhythm with the world, literally. You no longer move at its pace. You miss appointments. You cancel dinners. You wake at strange hours, not because you want to, but because the pain wakes you. The world runs on solar time, but the broken body runs on symptom time. This isolates you. You become a kind of ghost, watching others rush through their days while you linger in stillness. Their schedules blur past while you lie there, waiting for your spine to stop screaming, or your stomach to settle, or your limbs to respond. It is here that depression often arrives, not because of pain itself, but because of the deep dislocation from time. You are no longer with others, not in tempo, not in motion, not in rhythm. They say, let's meet at noon. You think, will I be able to sit upright by then? They say, it's been a long week. You think it's been one continuous hour stretched across 7 days. You live in a different era now. Not the digital age, the interruption age, the unpredictable wave age, the laying on your side to stop the nausea age. This is not metaphor. This is your time now. 3. The minutes between. Time is not uniform inside the broken body. It dilates and contracts. It folds in on itself. There are the long minutes, the ones in waiting rooms, under fluorescence, while a nurse says, the doctor will be right with you. These minutes feel like months. You count ceiling tiles. You try not to vomit from the ache. You forget what day it is because all days become the same when your body becomes your full-time job. And then there are the fast minutes, the ones when something works. A patch of relief, a smooth turn in bed, a laugh despite everything. Those moments evaporate. They visit like fireflies, fleeting, glowing, gone. And so the broken learn to live not by hours but by moments. They collect them like children collect stones. This moment, it didn't hurt. This moment, I could reach the faucet. This moment, I wasn't scared. I have known men who ran marathons, now unable to walk to the door. I have known women who gave birth to 3 children, now unable to bear the weight of their own ribs. And they all say the same thing. The days are long, but the good minutes matter more now than whole years once did. There is a richness in this, strangely, a painful gift. You begin to notice things others miss. The way sunlight pools on your floor at 3 p.m., the coolness of a cotton sheet, the sound of your own breath when it's even. Time slows not just because of suffering. It slows because you begin to listen, and pain, after all, is a kind of sound. 4. The myth of the comeback. Western time is built on the myth of the comeback. You fall, you rise, you get sick, you heal, you break, you return stronger. But not everyone returns, and not everyone heals clean. Some of us don't come back. We continue, yes, we adapt, we rearrange, but we don't return to before. That place is gone. And if you keep waiting for it, keep expecting the comeback, you'll live in hell. Time inside the broken body asks something more difficult: acceptance of the irreversible. It's the moment you stop waiting to feel like your old self again and begin the work of meeting your new self, the one who moves differently, the one who tires easily, the one who knows in their bones that this body has changed. This is not defeat. This is the maturity of pain, and this maturity reorients time entirely. You no longer ask, when will I be better? You ask, how can I live with this today? It is not a lesser question, it is a braver one. 5. The rituals of slowness. Time in the broken body moves slower, not just because of pain, but because everything takes more effort. Bathing, dressing, eating, each becomes a ritual, a small liturgy of willpower and adjustment. And in that slowness you discover what the world has forgotten: attention. When walking requires intention, you learn to feel your foot again. When eating requires concentration, you learn to taste. When pain punishes movement, you become reverent toward stillness. The broken body does not waste time, it honors it, because it has to. And this shifts your entire sense of pace. You stop rushing, you stop multitasking, you stop apologizing for the speed of your life. You move at the speed of truth, and truth, as it turns out, is slow. 6. The pressure of other people's clocks. But others don't live in your time. They don't understand why you cancel last minute. They don't see the energy it takes to get dressed. They think, you're not better yet? They are still living on standard time. They measure progress in weeks, effort in hours, healing in percentages. You now measure in durations survived. And this difference can be painful, because sometimes the hardest part of being broken is not the pain, it's the way people pull away from your pace. It's the shame of being slow in a fast world. It's the guilt of not meeting expectations. And so you hide, or you pretend, or you smile when you want to scream. You tell them, I'm fine, because explaining your new clock feels impossible. Here's what I've learned. You don't owe anyone speed. You don't owe anyone wellness. You don't owe anyone a return to their version of you. You are living in a time that is harder to see. But it is not lesser. It is not lazy. It is not weak. It is simply real. 7. The body as archive. Pain makes the body an archive, a ledger of wounds, a timeline written in scar tissue and memory. You begin to remember not years but injuries. Oh, that was the year of the shoulder tear. That was the summer of the inflammation. That was the winter I couldn't walk. That was the season of surgeries. Your autobiography shifts. It is no longer structured by events, but by episodes of suffering and recovery. Your personal history becomes a medical one. And this, too, is a form of time. Time is wound, time is endurance, time is scar. You become a historian of your own breaking, and strangely, you become wiser for it. 8. When time becomes tender. But I want to end on something softer, because in all this talk of suffering, we might miss the tender thing that happens to time inside the broken body. It begins to care for you. It slows for you. It kneels beside you. It stops demanding performance, and instead waits patiently for the smallest victories. You no longer see your worth in what you produce. You see it in your presence. To show up, to breathe, to endure, these become sacred acts. And those who love you learn to join you in this time. They learn to stop rushing. They learn to sit longer, to listen deeper, to touch more gently, to speak more honestly. The broken body teaches everyone how to stay. And in that staying, in that slower kind of time, something beautiful grows, a rhythm of mercy, a cadence of care, a time not of the world but of you. Final notes from the chair at the window. I now live in a kind of time that I never asked for. Some mornings it takes me 10 minutes to stand. Some nights I sleep in one position to keep the pain at bay. Some days I cancel everything. But in this new time, this broken body time, I have found something the rushing world forgot, that life is not speed, that time is not currency, that healing is not linear, and that presence is the real wealth. If you're living in this kind of time, I offer you no promises, no cures, only this. You are not out of time. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are simply living on a different clock now. And there is grace enough in that